Hello, hello, hello. It's QED DeNile here, bringing you yet another game from the Southeast Asia Clan League. Another Week 5 game from the Tier 5 matchup. This is Cottonmouth spawning at the bottom left. QED Cottonmouth, our Terran player, versus TCP BlackKnight. I believe it's TCP, or it might be Zero Craft. I'm going to have to double check that. But he's spawning in the top left as a Protoss. This will be a TVP. I haven't casted many TVPs. This will be quite interesting for me. As it stands though, I'm not sure what the common opening for a TVP on Tal'darim at the silver level is. I know that Cottonmouth is silver. I'm not sure about BlackKnight, but we'll see how we go from here. Pretty standard. Early chrono boost on the probes though. Very early chrono boost on the probes. But the pylon is up. It's going to be pretty standard from there, but I'm interested to see if he chrono boosted that very well timed actually, because that timed just in time with the completion of the pylon. See if he goes for the usual gateway at 12. He's only at 10 supply at the moment, so we'll see where it goes from there. Supply depot going down by Cottonmouth, so pretty slow opening to begin with. Nothing much happening. They both seem to be Cottonmouth seems to be feeding on the conclusion of walling off here to prevent any early pressure, whereas BlackKnight is actually going to wall off at the expansion at the natural. Now, that's pretty risky against Terran, because early pressure can definitely cause a bit of problem with that. It's not like Zerg, where you can often expand early, because you know that they're going to probably go and expand early themselves. Terran can just go for a nice 2-racks opening and attack that front pretty powerfully. They can definitely cause a bit of damage here, particularly when you have your supply structures at the front, like a pylon, or like a gateway where you build units from. They can be targeted down by a couple of Marines. And definitely cause a reaction by BlackKnight here. Another chrono boost a bit early there where you didn't have minerals filled. He's going for a second gateway early, so it looks like BlackKnight's actually going to go for some early pressure here. Or either that or he's actually trying to complete the wall off so he can get the Nexus down straight afterwards. Interesting to see if he does go for that early pressure, maybe a 2 zealot, 3 zealot rush, then into a stalker rush after he drops a cyber. Early pressure can be a bit of a hassle for Terran to deal with. They can kite with Marines indefinitely, but it does take a lot of skill. But this wall-off does kind of prevent any early pressure coming from BlackKnight, because he can just put one Marine behind here, and the Marine can shoot all day at those Zealots, and that'll take forever to get through the supply depot. Unupgraded Zealots, when it's only 2 attacking at a time, that Marine will be able to take him down in time. As it stands, they're sending some Marine out to act as a scout, probably to take rid of the probe on the pylon, as that's often where he finds one. He's going to leave at the front here. Check for probes, check for proxy pylons. Very wise move here by Cottonmouth. You always take those proxy pylons. He's going to go in here and check the proxy pylons. The scout by Cottonmouth is going out now, and he's seeing that there's 2 gateways up and that they're both building. He's actually probably going to see the Zealots too when he comes out here, which is a good sign of him there's going to be some early pressure. He goes, he saw the Zealot, he saw there's 2 gateways. I'd be worried there's going to be some kind of Zealot rush, but it's such a long walk distance here that Cottonmouth should have enough Marines to deal with any kind of early rush that comes. And obviously, straight as a reaction, he's got a couple of Marines coming and a bunker being built. Very smart move here by Cotton, but he has supply blocked himself, and so has BlackKnight. So it's kind of been a bit of a luck of the draw for both. They both managed to supply block themselves quite badly here. Cottonmouth still is not building one though, which is quite a problem. He needs to start building one. He's got the minerals and his supply. I didn't even realise he's supply blocked yet. He needs to start building that ASAP before these Zealots start running across. You see, BlackKnight's also supply blocked. So he had to wait for that pylon to come up before he can build any more. He hasn't moved out with it though, so I don't know if he's just going to... Nope, here we go. It's two more Zealots. So there's going to be an early Zealot push from BlackKnight. The supply block's slowed down. Probably going to be 5 Zealots, because that's a pretty powerful number to deal with. It takes a lot of kiting to deal with, which is not something you see a lot. This probe's going to fall down here. He's not even going to see the bunker too, so it's going to be quite a surprise to him when he does hit that bunker. As far as he knows, it does exist. The expansion going down by Cottonmouth as well, which is very wise. He knows the Zealot's coming. He also knows that many Zealots is going to take a while to go through a bunker, and if he has enough Marines, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Because he can also pull a couple of civvies to repair, and he should be able to hold off any kind of mass Zealot pressure. As it stands, another Zealot. This is 6 Zealots in total building before another gateway. So he's got the cyber coming up behind here, and he's going to 3 gates. This is going to be a lot of units early. It kind of dummied into an expansion. It looked like there was going to be an expansion, but there never was one. But BlackKnight has supply blocked himself again. Warp gate has been started. I'm really surprised he hasn't moved any Zealots across the map. He has enough Zealots now that can take down that bunker really quite quick. And Cottonmouth's earlier supply block has not been able to get the units out to deal with it. As it stands, he's got his tech lab. He's researching concussive shells straight away to get some marauders out. Again, very good to deal with Zealots before they have charge. Not so good once Zealots have got charge, but definitely handy now while they haven't got charge. It will slow down the Zealot movement, make it a lot easier to kite, a lot easier to deal with. And also, in case this turns into some kind of mass gateway pressure with stalkers, the the Marauders will just carve through them as well. He'll need to drop the Spy Devil though to get that Marauder out though, otherwise he's going to stay behind there and look pretty pointless. Another good thing is putting Marauder in the bunker. It actually gives you a lot more range, because a Marauder, when in a bunker, outranges a lot of other units and gives you more sight as well, because it'll shoot before the Marines do. There's a little bit of knowledge there for those that don't know. Again, another gateway going down. This is going to be some kind of late 4-gate mass pressure. I'm really not sure what build BlackKnight was going for. I don't know if he was going to go for expand, I just forgot to. Or maybe it was dummying expand, but it did get spotted by Cottonmouth that he had 2 gates out early, producing a lot of units. So Cottonmouth was suspicious on it. He did expand though in retaliation, which was probably a bit risky to begin with, but since this fresh has been delayed so much, might come in handy. There is no sentries from BlackKnight yet, so the sentries would be what he needs to really deal with this bunker, being able to force it off, being able to stop any SCVs being pulled. As it stands though, this pressure's starting to come now, so it's going to be very hard for Cottonmouth to hold off. Let's hope he can here. The Stalkers are coming. He's seen it coming. He's got a nice. He's going to protect the bunker a bit. These Stalkers are needy. Need to get the Zealots up first to tank, and he didn't. So those Stalkers have fallen, and he's going to let these Zealots come up. The Marauders are going to slow everything down. Unfortunately, these Zealots are going to fall. They're just not attacking the right thing. They'll be attacking the bunker, not these ones out sitting out here. This bunker is what's going to be causing the most amount of damage. As it stands though, they got kited nicely by Cottonmouth, and he's dealt with this push quite handy. He really knows Zealots at the front at the start, so the Stalkers could do the main DPS, but he didn't. And now Cottonmouth is going to push straight back. He expects there not to be too many units when he gets up here. Again, a few sentries would have been quite handy in that engagement. Maybe separated, maybe stop them moving away, stop any form of kiting. He has caught, but he get caught in the middle of the map by a very large group of Stalkers. A very large and very powerful group of Stalkers. And he needs to fall back from this. He's got concussive shells. Maybe he can target that. He targeted the pile when he really should have been targeting these Stalkers. There's one on very low health there he could have taken out. This bunker may fall. He's repairing it now, but he's going to need a lot more units, and they're not going to be out in time. This is very dangerous for Cottonmouth now. There's a lot of Stalkers there that could cause a lot of trouble. They went and checked there first. These Stalkers are going to have a hell of a lot of DPS. Only one Marauder coming out now. He is getting a lot of Marines out now to defend. They did target SCV, which is a very wise move again. These SCVs will not make it in time to repair the bunker. But he will have to fall back, as there is probably enough units there just to hold. He's got some SCVs to help tank damage. He needs to get those in front. Now they come now. They get in front now. With the Marauder 2, he's being able to slow down. He needs to target down that Stalker. The Marauder slow Stalkers down. He needs to target him. He needs to get some more SCVs too as well. He's forgetting to macro behind this. Too much time spent on micro. But he is holding off this pressure. It's a very aggressive game this. They both went for some very early pressure. Both with timing attacks sitting around the 8-minute mark. I'm not sure it was really timing by either, but it worked very well. Again, these Stalkers are pushing forward. There's a few too many Marauders in this group now. These Stalkers are going to fall pretty quick. There is no upgrades on either units right now, so it's basically a DPS battle. And unfortunately, it's getting a lot of Marauders in here now. And with some careful micro-targeting, and now the bunker's up. This is not what BlackKnight wanted. One of the bunkers is up, and he's got Marines in it, which is just going to make it so much harder for him to push up the front here. SCVs are here repairing. He is trying to target down what he can, but there's just Marauders now, and Marauders are not good to be kited by Stalkers, particularly not Marauders with concussive shells. They need to maybe drop his second gas down now. He's starting to get SCVs building again, which is good. He's starting to drop some mules, which also is good. Mules being OP for the Terran for sure. BlackKnight still hasn't expanded behind this, so this has pretty much become all in. Although he's dropped a ninja. He just dropped a ninja expansion up in the top right. I'm not sure that's wise. He has a defendable position here. He can drop the Nexus. All he needs is a couple of units, and he can hold this. It's a very defendable position. This kind of prevents the Marines from just charging in and charging up with Stim. A couple of sentries, and he can hold this position quite handy. So this is very risky putting it out here. He's hoping that BlackKnight doesn't scout at all. But BlackKnight at the moment is just building resources and remacking up. He has got a supply advantage at the moment and could probably push back against these Stalkers quite handily. He's getting a lot of Marauders in that count now, which will help against those Stalkers. He's got 2 bunkers up now. He's got some Marauders in it, which is very handy. That's very wise moves. That'll definitely deal with any Stalker harass from now on, those Marauders in those bunkers. They just can't be shot down by the Zealots if he comes back as Zealots or with more Stalkers. He's got 2 Robos coming out now, so it looks like BlackKnight is going to transition into either a Mortal Heavy or a Robotics Heavy, but he hasn't even got the second up yet, so this is very hard economy base to take 2 Robos off 1 base plus 4 gateways. So it's very strain on BlackKnight's income here. Cottonmouth has started to drop a few more racks. He has got some tech labs up now to get upgrades going. He has got the factory down, in which he's getting a reactor on, which he'll probably switch with the starport so he can get some medivacs out. And with no upgrades on the Protoss, and so much resources coming off a 1 base, or 2 base now. He's got the second established, but only just established now, so economy's going to take a while to boost up. He's not going to be able to get much off of this 2 robo. He's going to go for immortals to deal with those, to deal with the high reward account, which is probably a wise move if he had the backbone to support that kind of move. Cotton's now got 3 gases going. 4 gas. He's got only 3 gases going. He's got the reactive medivacs coming out, and he's using the factory to scout to find out whether this expansion really happened. To find out where. Unfortunately, being over there, it is probably going to be hidden, and BlackKnight is probably going to be able to keep that expansion running for quite some time, as that is a pretty rare spot for Terran to go looking at. He's even dropping a missile turret down just in case of DTs or warp prism harass. Cottonmouth is being very, very safe here. Wouldn't mind him starting up some upgrades soon. He's got to watch the supply block too. He's probably going to get supply block at the end in a second here. Let's hope he builds another supply depot shortly. Hopefully. As it stands though, he's got a nice infrastructure coming down. He's got structures going down everywhere. He's got the missile turret for the warp prism harass, which of course was also a threat, I'm guessing with that heavy thought. He's got 2 engineering pays down. He's got +1 being researched. Maybe +1 armor as well can get researched when he's got the minerals. So he's got the double engineering bay. I guess he's worried about a double forge move by the Protoss to keep ahead in upgrades, but that isn't really happening. He's got the second base now up and running by the Protoss, and he's getting units from gas. It'd be nice now for Cottonmouth to push out and try to add some harass and add some damage to this before BlackKnight catches up in supply, which he's doing very, very, very quickly. This fireball though, I suppose he's waiting for stim and combat shields. A bit late on the stim, definitely late in the combat shields. A 16-minute stim is pretty late, but that early pressure did slow down any move by Cottonmouth. That was a very, very, very dangerous exchange there right at the start. It could have ended badly for either group here, but Cottonmouth will have the upgrade advantage when they finish, as there's no forges down yet for BlackKnight. He's just producing some mass immortals, but he has got a second base up and running fully. He needs to get some guys on gas so to get more gas running. So this will be a pretty strong push from BlackKnight when it happens. Again, he wouldn't mind some sentries here to kind of separate the forces, maybe try and catch some marauders out by themselves. But he's not using any sentries, so he's going for a very stalker immortal heavy force. No zealots either to tank damage. Like a few zealots would come in handy to also tank damage dealt by marines. He needs to push now though before stim's finished. Once stim's finished, it's going to be a lot harder to push up. And with all these buildings at the front too, and a missile ton to prevent any DTs sneaking in, it's going to be hard to push up through this as well. But he's just waiting at the watchtower. He's been very very cautious with this move. That is a lot of immortals though. And that is a lot of DPS. Those bunkers, doesn't matter how many SCVs he pulls to heal up. With that many bunkers, they will fall very, 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 very quickly. Those many immortals will just destroy those bunkers so quickly. As long as they don't get sniped by the marines first. As marines DPS is just so powerful. Another 2 robos going down by BlackKnight here. I'm not sure what he's transitioning to. That is a hell of a lot of robos to run off 2 bases, and even if he goes into Colossi tech after this, that is a lot of robos to run off 2 bases. I'm not sure. I think he'd be better off getting some gateways, to be honest, because he can't even run that off 2 bases. He needs to drop a 3rd down in order to run that kind of operation. But double medivac drop now coming from Cottonmouth. He's taken the long way around too. He is suspicious of the fact that the tower is probably taken by BlackKnight, and this factory up here is starting to produce some Hellions too. Very, very sneaky. These Hellions can do a run by too. There's absolutely no units defending the base. Oh, this is so dangerous for BlackKnight. Mass Hellions just sneaking out in the back. Even these 2 would be dangerous. As it stands though, BlackKnight's going to push forward now. All his army is down here. He's going to have a hard time pushing up, so he needs to get those immortals at the front to target down those bunkers. Stim's hit. He's stimming and he's just doing a lot of DPS, so he needs to engage. He has got the units to engage this, but he just turned around when he shouldn't have. Those need to target the bunker. As it stands though, so the immortals starting to fall to the mass marine force. Cottonmouth very nice. He was pulling back at the right time. His medivacs are heading up here, and they're going to spot that ninja 3rd. Oh no, he's turned them just at the wrong time. He's not going to spot that ninja 3rd. But the Hellions, are they heading in? They are. He's sending a drop in to the main as well. This is disastrous for BlackKnight. This drop, there's absolutely no units behind at all. He's left them all at the front of the base, and there's so many probes are going to fall here. Cottonmouth isn't going to see that 3rd though, which is fortunate. But these are so many are going to fall, and this is going to fall so quickly. He has got more immortals coming. He's building 3 immortals at once. They need to be rallied to get rid of these. Unfortunately, they're all rallied away from what is going on. The Nexus has fallen. This drop here is going to fall down here and catch the army from the other side as well. He can probably stim in here. He's going to take out a hell of a lot of those probes. He knows there must be a base somewhere else if the probes are there. He's going to take the pylons off stop any form of any more reinforcements coming in, and going to slowly take the gateways down. This force has been cleared up by the Immortal Stalker force. He's realised there must be another base when he saw those probes leaving. As it stands, these gateways are going to fall, and he's going to be unable to produce any more Stalkers at all. He's only got the 2 gateways are unpowered, and he has got no probes here to actually build any pylons. So this is going to really slow down BlackKnight. He needs to push now and do some damage. He's got enough mortals now that he can probably try and break to his front. But there's just so many Marines, Stim, Medivacs. He saw he's built Vikings in case of Colossi, but there is no Colossi. This force is just going to be too big for BlackKnight to handle, and this is carving through the DPS, the Medivacs, the Stim, the mass Stim now. Cottonmouth is just disintegrating this force. He still doesn't see that expansion though. And BlackKnight very cheekily is even building another expansion to make sure of it. Those Hellions, I'm not sure where they went. They must have gone in and done some damage or got sniped. I missed what those Hellions ended up doing. It was a very cheeky move by Cottonmouth, but it has failed. He's coming in now to get rid of the rest of his tech in here. He knows there's another base up somewhere, but he's not sure where. That's the only thing that's slowing down this. He's going to come in here and take out all the rest of these structures. There was no Colossi in the end. He's probably going to send his Vikings around and do a bit of a scout. I'm not sure where he's got them at the moment. Maybe send the Vikings around for a bit of a scout. BlackKnight is holding on for dear life here with his ninja expansions. He's got another one coming in down here. He's got the minerals at the moment to keep expanding, but he's just got no structure. BlackKnight doesn't need to expand. He'd probably be wise for him to do it. He's even going, when in doubt, mass void rate. And that is what BlackKnight is heading towards. He's got 3 Stargates coming up. He's down supply by 125 supply. This is a death knell for BlackKnight, but he's going to try and sneak out the back and make the mass void rays. And there's the Stargates. He hasn't got the minerals though to make. I'm waiting for him to start these mass void rays. The Viking has spotted it though. This is bad news for BlackKnight. He knows it's the end. The Viking's here. He's going to start shooting down the pylons that powers these Stargates, and he's not building anything out of them yet. I think this is just BlackKnight realising the end is near. He's just reviewing what went wrong. The army being left in the middle of the map was just so dangerous against drops. You know Terran can do drops once the medivacs are out. Now the mass void rays are coming. It's going to be a little bit too little too late, unfortunately. He's trying to chrono boost at them as soon as possible, but there is enough force coming now, and there's enough Marines too. Those void rays are not going to save the day. It's going to be a GG from BlackKnight shortly here. Those void rays are going to pop, but they're going to pop straight into the waiting arms of a Marine drop and some Vikings. This is not a good time for BlackKnight. He has got the other expansion up, and he's even mining off it. So one thing good is he's kept his mining up even when he's lost expansions and lost his main. These void rays are popping just in time to face the Vikings. The Vikings are leaving, but there's just too many Marines there. These void rays are not going to be able to save the day against that many Marines. They're just going to fall down to the Stim Marines. It's a GG from BlackKnight. Well played there from both. That early pressure made it very, very interesting. Cottonmouth has pulled away with the win, so we'll go into game 2 shortly. So that's QED DeNile out.